All right, guys. How you guys doing? Me and my partner here, Jimmy Mentis. This is our first inauguration podcast. It's called The Titans Edge, Evolving with John and Jimmy. My dude.
What's up, dude?
How you doing, man?
We said it. We did it.
We said it, we did it, right? We've been talking about this for months and months and months. We said, let's do a podcast, and we just haven't got around to it.
And then when you called me the other night, it was like, what does John want this late at night? You're like, hey, man, let's do the podcast.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've been waiting for you.
Yeah, I know you've been waiting on me. He's been like, listen, I want to get out there. Let's do a whole bunch of things.
Yeah.
And it's just on my side, I just couldn't commit. It's just been so crazy with life and all the other different things outside of Titan. I'm like, but you know what? I was like, I need to just go full blast into everything. I called Jimmy because I've been thinking about this for a while. And at that point, I know you had been too. And I was like, listen, we got to get this together. That's why I called you. I'm like, all right, let's set a date.
You know how it is. If you keep thinking about it, let me do it. You just got
it never happens. Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah. You got to get your feet, you got to put them down and start walking forward.
Yeah. That's how you function. That's how I function.
Yeah.
If I sit and I think about it too long, I'll never do it.
I know.
I just jump.
I know. Good ideas, man, get wasted sometimes like that. I trust me. I know. And time is of the essence. And at that point, time is valuable, and it's very little, compared to our days and what we got going on every single day. But, we want to make it happen because I think we have a lot of great knowledge to share for people. And at that point, some things that you've been through that I've definitely never been through, and vice versa. You've got a little bit more time in this plan, than I do, and experience in some of these different things. So I'm greatly honored just to be your friend, man, and to have you down here.
Oh man, our friendship is tight.
Yeah.
And my father always said, people say don't do business with your friends.
Yes.
That's the best thing.
Yeah.
Imagine doing business with your friends.
Absolutely.
The only reason why people don't want to do business with their friends is because they don't really quite are transparent.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But if you're transparent,
absolutely,
and you know where everybody's at and you're on the same page and you're honest and loyal and the best thing to make money and do business with your friends.
That's the best. That's the ultimate, for sure. I agree.
They say you don't have to like me to do business with. I do.
Yeah, me too. Honestly, I think that's one of the biggest drivers out there.
Yeah.
I was telling my son this the other day because he was asking me, he's like, hey, Dad, I want to start making my money. I said, listen, I can get you to a million different things you want to do, right? What do you want to do? What excites you? Like, I just want to make money quick. I'm like, all right, that's great. I'm like, but we all want to make money quick. It's that. But I was like, because he was talking about drop shipping. One of his buddies does drop shipping, and he makes a little bit of money doing that. And I said, that's great. I said, but you're gonna have to start doing some content, some videos like that, set yourself apart. I go, what really sets you apart from everybody else that drop ships that product, right? Because there's other companies out there that probably have that product. It's a lot cheaper for them to buy. They have a hell of a lot more reviews than you. So at that point, somebody looking to buy products and do that. The only thing that really sets you apart from everybody else is you or your niche, right? People buy from people that they like.
They buy you. They buy into you.
Absolutely. 100%. 100%. So, there's people out there like, listen, like, I only come to Titan because of you. Or, Jimmy, just for your brand, it's the exact same thing, right? I only come because Jimmy, you set that tone and they like you and they want to buy from you. Even car salesmen, like, there's one, the same car, same price, you don't like that guy, but you like this guy.
And you see a salesman go from one car lot to another car lot, you're following that guy.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And that's in any business. Like, you really build relationships with people. They'll be loyal to you.
Yeah.
I mean, it just is what it is. You do the right thing by people, and you have the honesty, integrity, that these good morals and values that we talk about. And I know you were both raised as being Greeks.
Good old.
For sure, we got to slap across the head in the face, and a lot more. So, I mean, a lot comes into that.
Did your dad ever wear a pinky ring?
Oh no, but my dad wore his.
I got hit with the pinky ring.
Oh, dude, I got hit with his. It was the gold nugget ring. And I swear, it looked like a gold nugget, and he would hit me with that thing. And man, I'll tell you what, dude, he was 260 pounds, and short fused. So at that point, like, when he was upset or I did something wrong, I knew it.
You knew.
I knew it by the look, and I knew later on I was going to get even worse if I didn't get it right then and there. It didn't have to wait till later. He would do it to me right then and there. I'll never forget some times where he's beat me down in public. Yeah. So, at that point, like, you learn.
Been there.
Been there.
And there's not one time that I didn't deserve it.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Not one time I didn't deserve it.
Listen, I totally agree. You know,
You know?
and that's the kind of like the old school raising that we got, right? Like, you don't want to get hit or beat up, or you don't want to get punished like that, then you do the right thing. You do something wrong, you're going to get it for sure. You know, and I think that's a different state of mind in this generation today, right? It's hard. Like when I was a parent and starting off, I'm thinking I'm going to be like kind of like my dad, but I'm going to take all the best parts and leave the flaws that I thought were I didn't really want my son to go through. But at that point, like I started doing some of that thing, and he just wasn't responding to that. So they have to parent a little bit different now than it used to be, where negative reinforcement really pushed me forward. And my dad used to tell me like, you'll always be a smaller runner, you don't eat, you don't train, you're going to be this, you're going to be that, you're going to be this, you're never going to do this. That drove me like, tell me I can't do it because now I'm going to do it 10 times full. But if I do that to my son, it's not a good reinforcement. It's more positive.
But it's also, if you got a little softer, it's because those emotions come through from what you felt.
Yeah.
And you're like, you don't want your son feeling those same emotions.
Yeah.
So now you're going back and forth. Yeah. You got to ride that happy medium.
Right? Yeah. No, it is. It's a balancing act. And, if anybody asks you, like, how can you perfect parenting? Parenting is not perfected. You have to adapt to every situation that you're in with your kid, and as things are coming too as well. And obviously the landscape and the environment that we're in today is a lot different than we were when we were growing up, and what was acceptable and non-acceptable. And obviously the internet and everything along comes along with it.
Well, before you kind of control our parents could control our environment, right? Now, can't,
right?
Because you don't know if the child or your son or any child is in the room on social media going down a path that they're not supposed to.
Right.
So that's where it's
the
risky.
Yeah, the only thing I can say along with that now is more trackability than ever.
Yeah.
Like there's this 360 app, right? And this 360 app, if your parents don't have it, you better get it for your kids. So you install this on their phone, 360 app, and now literally any place that he goes, it's a notification of where he's at.
Oh, really?
How fast he's driving on this app, real time. Right? So you can track him, trace him, see where he went.
Really?
The whole nine. That has been
How many husbands or wives have put that on their husband?
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm gonna check my phone.
I know in the state of Florida, they just passed a law about these tracking.
Really?
Yes.
I never knew nothing about that.
Now they've heightened the laws. It's like, because they've had people put in these tracking devices in people's cars, like mine, falling around them. Or boyfriends, girlfriends, finding them, tracing them, tracking them, stalking them. So, there's a little bit as far as that goes. But for your kid, it's really good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially if they're driving. Nowadays, obviously, these kids and driving is a whole different thing. Driving on the road is a whole different aspect. People are driving a hell of a lot faster, a hell of a lot crazier. Cars got a lot more horsepower. So that's something that's really, really good. It's a good tool all the way around. But it's just a different level out there for sure for I think everybody.
So, with that said, you being the dad of a 16-year-old, you lead that again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, I haven't been able to work out in 2 weeks because of the stem cells, but I want to be in the best shape, obviously. So I'm trying to get there and not injure myself if I get re-injured or hurt myself even more than where I'm already at.
So what is it that you're going through? Because I want to get to a point. So I want to ask you this question because it was a topic I had brought up a long time ago on another podcast, and the host kind of scrapped it. Right? But I like to go over this with you and talk to you about this because I'm sure that the viewers will definitely connect and understand what we're going through. You, me, all of us, right? So I said you leaned out again. We have all of us go through phases, right? We get that comfortable phase, we get the lean phase, we get the uncomfortable phase, happy phase, sad phase, depressed phase, all these phases, right? But when you look in the mirror, what do you see?
This is a good question. I think everybody can relate to this question too as well. Because I think everybody sees something different, obviously. And when I look in the mirror, I see myself, but you always you can always pick out your flaws. You know your flaws better than anybody else knows your flaws. You might have flaws that you only know about that you think everybody in the world sees, but that's not the real truth. For me, I see myself, and I can look myself in the eyes, which is a good thing.
Okay.
But body wise, at that point,
Because absolutely, I went through it, but that's the key thing.
yeah,
Can you actually see yourself in the mirror?
yeah, I can look myself
Right?
in the eyes.
That's the emotional side, right?
Absolutely.
Then you got the physical. Because
Absolutely.
if you can't connect to the emotional,
Absolutely.
there is no physical.
A lot of people can't look themselves in the eyes dead straight because they can't look themselves because
Right.
they're not that good person.
Right.
They know it.
Right.
They know it. Right. Like they know it. Right from wrong, you know it. Like, and if you commit wrong,
Right.
or you're doing something bad and you know it's bad, you can't look yourself in the eyes. And anybody that can, I feel sorry for you because at that point, shame on you. Right. You're doing something that you know you shouldn't do. And at that point, you should feel ashamed.
Right.
I do believe that. Can you get redemption? Absolutely. But at that point when you're still doing it and that's still going on, whatever it is, yeah, I think the connecting with yourself is the biggest thing.
Mm-hmm.
And there might be people out there that haven't done anything wrong that can't connect with themselves because I don't know, their self-confidence or whatever they're going through, it just I don't know. They might not feel value. It was hard for me in when I started like getting tight and really getting like some notoriety or whatever it was, like it was like they have a specific saying for this, and I have to look it up what it is, but it's basically feeling like you didn't deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
Even though you worked hard, did everything you're supposed to, and you got the success, but you still just don't feel like you belong there, right? So I had to get over that to a certain extent because
I think
it felt like
I think certain people with certain mentality go through that.
yeah,
Right. But I want to go back to the mirror thing.
sure,
Because I'm going to notate that because that's a really good point. Um, take me through that vision, that whole looking at yourself in the mirror. Like what do you go through? Like, are you happy? And if you weren't happy, what did you say to yourself? What decisions did you make? What I'm trying to get to is there's a point that we see ourselves that we're like, enough, or I'm tired, or I can't do this anymore, or I'm ready to go. Right? There's so many thoughts
sure.
going on in that. Like, what is it that made you through this whole process, right? And I'm not saying only physically, everything. That every time you wake up and you go in the mirror, okay, and you say, "Good morning," what do you say?
It's kind of tough. Like when I go and look at myself in the morning, I'm like, all right, it's time to go again, right? Like I know what I need to do, and I'm motivated just by another day up and being able to do it. As far as that goes, like I talk to God every day, and I basically pray to Him, and I ask Him, protect me and let us do well. Let me be a better leader, a better father, a better husband, and a better son, to my dad. At that point, let me accomplish my goals and dreams, and I'll help people along the way that deserve it.
Right.
That's exactly what I say. So, at that point, like for me, I think that everybody gets down, everybody goes through bad things, so it's not all sunlight, right? It's not all rays of sunshine. And when you get down in those places, that is when it really comes down to mental toughness, right? And being able to look yourself in the mirror and be like, all right, listen, this happened. Let's pick ourselves up and let's go. Right.
At any phase. Could be waking, could be
any phase, right? You motivate yourself like, listen, I don't like the way I look, right? This is not the way I should be looking. I didn't look like this. I should definitely be trimmed up. It's time to jump back on that horse. And then nothing stops you. When you say, all right, I'm done. I'm burnt out. Like, all right, well, if you're burnt out, then what else are you gonna do? Nobody thinks about that. Like you think, oh man, she's been in those phases where she gets burnt out. I'm like, well, you burnt out, great. I'm like, all right, you quit tomorrow. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You gonna work for somebody else? Because you won't be able to sustain the lifestyle that you have right now. You don't work and you don't do this, right? So at that point, like, you make the decisions about what you want to do, but I don't think anybody wants to fail. And at that point, like, what do you want to do not to fail? And that's everything. There's some people that are very comfortable with waking up every day with the most minimal amount of things and nothing really hurts them.
Does your physical appearance help you?
Oh, for sure. for physical,
Right?
absolutely. You know, that's
Because
what
I've gone through a lot of phases.
dude, physical
Right?
appearance, absolutely. Physical appearance is gonna definitely make you feel confident, right? And like I even told everybody else, I'm like, even Peter, I told him, I said, listen, I said, you know what? You don't have any money, you're down and out, at least have your body, because your body can make you money one way or the other, right? So like if you're in the most physical aspect and you're peak and you look great, you can go get a job, you can be a trainer, you're modeling, do something. But at that point, I think physical appearance is everything. Physical appearance, mental health, physical health, you know, I think those are everything. I think those are everything because people that are don't have good bodies are less confident all in all. And that's proven, right, scientifically. And it's proven like when you walk into a room and you're confident about your body and you're self confident, you know the reflections there. Those guys that aren't, they're less confident, jealous in some aspects, right? And they're never going to have that self confidence that you have, and that shines through. I really do.
The one thing I come across, and it's very true because the one thing I come across with a lot of people, especially my age, at 60, even younger, 50, 50 and up, not 45. 45, they still got a lot of fire in them.
Some do, some don't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but around 50, 60, 65, I come across to a lot of people, men and women, that they don't have any, they don't have anybody to go to lean towards, right? And since I've been starting this social media, um, I don't know, my posts or something just started connecting to the older crowd.
Yeah.
And the DMs I'm getting and the feedback I'm getting is, how do I start?
Right.
And I'm saying to myself, today, there's so much information out there.
Absolutely.
People are still confused.
Yeah.
They're like, what do you mean? Where do I start? There's people out there to to help.
Sure. Absolutely. 100%.
And I'm dumbfounded. Like, nobody knows that first step, and it's all about that first step. And just last week alone, I got 3 new clients in their 60s, and didn't even know I was their same age. Right? And like, what do I start? And I said, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, I wouldn't say this, but now I am.
Right.
Blood work.
Right. Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
We didn't do that.
No. I mean, there wasn't, it wasn't.
Where do I start? Where do I start? Get on a bicycle or go out for a walk.
Right.
Right? That was the first thing we used to say.
Right.
Now it's like, get your blood work done.
Yep.
And they get, obviously, this is what I recommended. Get your blood work done. And that's where we start.
Yeah.
And you see them saying, oh, okay. So once I get the blood work, what do I do from there? Now there's a path. Right?
There's some sort of key.
Right. Because before, they're in a room, but there's no doors.
Right.
Dude, one guy explained to me, he goes, Jim, I was in a room with no doors.
That's a good analogy.
He goes, talking to you, I found the door. All I gotta do is, I said, all you gotta do is walk through it.
Yep.
And he goes, yeah, I'm good. And then a half hour later, I'll show you, true story, I'll show you the WhatsApp. He messaged me half hour later, he goes, thank you so much.
That's awesome.
And I'm like, I didn't do anything. But that's what's out. That's what's out in the world now. People are so confused.
Yeah.
So confused. And they're like, I'm not happy with what I see in the mirror. And I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. Still, this day. And that's why I asked you, because I've never been happy.
Oh, I don't think anybody has.
And I've been on covers of magazines. Okay. I've never been happy. So that's a problem that we all face.
Yeah.
So what I realized was, just the way I am, is like, I'll never be happy because I always strive to be better.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
And then when age hits, you can only do so much. But that's what they say.
Yes.
But I'm on this side saying, screw you.
Right.
I'm going to do everything I can. Right. So there's a fight. And now with, the Titan medicals of the world, right? There is places that people can go get help.
Absolutely.
Even personal trainers now
Yes.
are going to the Titan medical centers
Yes.
of the world,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And that's what I love about this, because once people start connecting the dots, people start getting the answers. And it's like buying a new product. When I started Beauty Fit, I started the women's category. Okay, and there was no sports supplements in the women's, and there was no women's category.
Right.
So when I first did it, nobody knew what it was. So people didn't know, women didn't know what these products were. They needed information, and that's all I did. I made them comfortable with what this product is. I never said you're fat, you're ugly, you're black, you're white, you're green, you're yellow.
Right.
I never said that.
Right.
We all know what we have.
Of course.
You know your issues. I know my issues.
Of course.
Right. So all I did was here's a line. You know your issues. I have a product or I have bundles to help you with what you're going through. Right. And now, for example, when I came in, we were talking about the MK and HGF and stuff like that, right? So obviously you have to take them. When I take them, you got to come off them and come back on, right? Man, now that I've gone, you've put me on this road, right? And I'm Jimmy Mentis, man.
I know what I'm saying.
I mean, I know my shit.
Yeah.
Right. And then I came to you and I'm like, I'm walking through that door.
Right.
And you're like, I got you.
Yeah, for
right?
sure.
And it's so easy for someone to walk through that door now because someone's on the other side.
Absolutely.
To help.
Absolutely.
And when it comes down to that, even now, I'm still not happy with what I see in the mirror. Every morning, mind you, with my wife beater and my chain, I look just like my father.
Yeah.
And I look in the mirror, I'm like, oh no. I do. I look, the wife beater's crooked, hair's all messed up, and I look and I'm like, oh no, I've become my dad.
Let's say we're not married, but that's what really happens.
I've become my dad, But that's the thing. It's like, okay, what do I do to fix this? Right? I was getting ready for the Masters Olympia. That didn't pan out. So I took a break.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Got a little fluffy. Had some few good meals. Look in the mirror. Oh.
You can't help it, bro. I know the feeling.
It's like, at what point does this stop? It doesn't.
It doesn't stop.
It doesn't.
It never will.
It doesn't.
It never will.
Right. And that's my point. Is like, we're never going to be happy with how we look, but as long as we're doing the right thing, we're going to be able to be content with ourselves.
Absolutely.
Right? Are you happy with your business?
Sure.
Can you be better?
Absolutely.
Are you striving to be better?
Absolutely.
Same thing. See,
100%.
When somebody gets complacent with what they're doing, it's over.
I agree.
And that's what I want to encourage everybody out there who's listening to this is don't get complacent in where you're at. Because you're going to fall back on your heels, and it's that one step back, two steps forward.
Yes.
It's hard. It's not that easy. People are like, oh, you got to take one step back and two steps forward. No,
man.
It's not as easy as people think. Oh, I just took a little step back. Again, go forward now.
Yeah, it's tough.
You fall behind, it's over.
I always tell people, I'm like, listen, man, you come complacent, whether it's in business, life, your body, whatever, you be on that pedestal, somebody's gonna come knock you off, or someone's gonna come knock you off, and that's exactly how it happens. So you've always got to, whatever you're doing in life, you always got to have progression. You always got to be moving forward. You can't be stagnant. You can't regress. If you do, it's a higher risk of failure, right? And then at that point, you have to come back if you want to get back on that horse. So, it's tough. It's tough. There are people that have, but it's definitely not easy, like you said.
No, I mean, can it be done? It can be done.
Yeah, it's definitely.
But the thing is, once you stop, it's very hard to get going again.
Absolutely.
It's like a moving car uphill.
Momentum.
That's it. It's like the moving car uphill.
Yeah.
Once you stop moving that thing, that's just going to take you down.
Absolutely.
Until you get back to the bottom.
Yep.
Then you
start pushing up again.
So
I agree. People people listen, if you're doing really good or you're making a lot of money, don't be like, oh, this is gonna go on forever. Keep busting tail. And at that point, you will get it, but it's not something that's promised or guaranteed, in life.
Right.
Even if you are doing well.
It's to me, it's a matter of
You know what I think of every day?
good.
I think I'm like, when's the bottom gonna fall? When's the floor gonna fall off for me?
That's I think about that every day. It's scary.
Every day.
It's scary.
Every day. I told Sharice, I said now, like basically me waking up, it's kind of scary, I guess. Like
But the
hear
bottom is
TikTok.
falling.
I'm
Has,
like, oh,
has the
shit.
bottom fallen out for you?
No, but
See, mine has many times, and I worry about that all the time.
I've had it. I've had it to the point where it was like, all right, we're gonna do it. At that point, I'm like, all right, we're gonna start tightening. That was when I was like, we don't have a choice. It's either gonna work or we're done. So I'm worried about it every single day. I'm like, is this gonna be the day? But at that point, that scares me enough to be motivated to do it.
I don't know, but what happens if the laws change?
So the law. I mean,
Right.
listen. I honestly, I've set myself up because I'm the warrior guy, and I always prepare for the next thing.
Yeah.
Right. I'm a Boy Scout, so I always got a plan B. So let's say the laws change and I can't service any more Titan patients ever again. I mean, I've set myself up where I can live.
Right.
Right. So at that point, I'm not worried about that. That's one worry I don't. Obviously, I don't want that to happen. But I've got a safety net if I need it. And at that point, I'll go into do something else.
Right.
I'm never worried. I've never had a problem making money.
But that's the finance side. This is your baby.
Of
Right? This
course.
is your baby.
Of course. Listen,
If the laws change,
yeah. I don't think the laws
You
are
know?
ever going to change to the aspect of this. And if they do, I have a backup plan to change
you
what
change
I
it.
want.
Yeah.
So because before this is what happened in my business. In the beginning, the pharmaceutical companies, they were going after GLPs now, right?
Right.
They were going after testosterone, compounded testosterone in the beginning, because everybody was doing 200 milligrams cypionate, right, and grapeseed oil, and that was the exact same formulation as Big Pharma was using. So at that point, like, we started changing different things. I even made my own formulation of testosterone. So if this ever happened, we could compound that. It would not be directly led. But my out to that would have been, hey, listen, no problems. I already have distributors for commercial testosterone, and then we'll just be doing commercial testosterone, so compound testosterone. Obviously, I think that the money aspect would change a little bit, is because you don't make as much on commercial as you do as compounded. But at that point, you're still in business. You're still able to service patients. And then on the flip side of that, that's where I made the injectable amino acids and vitamins, because that's never going away. So at that point, like, we always will be able to service new patients with something different. Now with the peptides, I mean, peptides are coming out left and right. And not only are they coming out left and right, but now, like, Big Pharma is obviously looking at these peptides. Big Pharma just approved, well, the FDA just approved SS31, which is another big peptide that we've been utilizing for the last 2 years. So I think that, if that ever comes, I just try to set up a backup plan for whatever I'm doing in life. I don't know. It's really weird to say.
So let me give you an example. I had a container going to Australia, 21 pallets in the container. 7 pallets were a product that had Hoodia in it. The product, the container, was on the boat, on the water, going to Australia.
Mhm.
In that time, they banned Hoodia.
Oh man, are you kidding me? Wow.
$700,000. Right? See,
Wow.
that's the stuff in the dietary supplement industry. That's what I'm saying. Laws ban this, they ban that, they ban this in
Yeah.
different countries.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you have no control.
Right.
If I had the product, I don't care.
Right.
Throw it here.
Right. Of course.
It was on the water. It was already there.
Can't reverse it, nothing like that.
Can't do nothing.
Oh man, that's
You
a
know?
hurting, man.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like, I wake up now that I'm back with with Beauty Fit. I wake up now
Jeez.
and I say, okay, how do I make sure this doesn't happen again, right? Because we learn from our mistakes. We
Of
learn,
course.
the course kind of stuff. And that's where, if someone is in a situation, they know what not to do. They still don't know what to do,
Right.
but they know what not to do. Like
Right.
me with peptides and
Right.
and working with you and
Yeah.
stuff. You've put me on a road now that I understand it.
Mhm.
And if something goes wrong, or I don't take something, or I try something new, I know what was working, what was not working.
Right.
I have direction.
Right.
So when I turn around and I come here like today, obviously we're doing podcasts, I get my blood work done. I want to try something new because now I'm comfortable. Right?
Absolutely.
Because I hear all the time, so I get my blood work. I don't know about these peptides.
Yeah.
I don't know about this. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
People are scared to do blood work.
Yeah, I know. I just can't believe that.
You know? And once you get going, you're like, okay, like one of my guys comes here and he always tells me, he goes, what do I do now? I don't know. Call John. Right? Call John. He's got your file. You know? He's like, okay, let's add some more. Let's add some more.
Yeah.
Like, you call John. You know,
Absolutely.
He's got your file.
Absolutely.
But once they get going, and that's same thing with your business, same thing with me, same in general, your training, your guiding.
Yeah.
Once you get this information and you start rolling with things,
Right.
then you're more confident. Writing "be confident" on a mirror on a sticky ain't giving you confidence. Okay?
I agree, man.
You know,
So
you know those words that you
Yeah.
have to say them to yourself and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't believe that. I really don't. Oh, I'm gonna be great today. Just go do it.
Yeah, go do it. I mean, look at something
Yeah.
like, listen, we need to do this.
Because that's how you build your confidence. That's how you build your knowledge. That's how you build your experience. I started working on learning how to do the website in the back end, the Shopify and the Facebook ads and stuff like that. Right? I used to hire everybody, thousands and thousands of dollars, but I didn't know the business.
Right.
So I'm hiring all these people.
Right.
And I still don't know if they're doing it right.
Right.
So I learned it.
Yeah.
And I was like, where do I start?
Yeah.
And I started and I learned more and I learned more and I took a couple of classes and I hired someone to teach me.
Yeah.
Right. And now I'm more confident than ever.
Yeah. No, it's
Now when I hire someone, I'm like, okay, what are you gonna do?
right.
Now I know.
Yeah. You have some understanding.
Right? Because I'm confident because I did.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know.
You took that step forward to have the knowledge, and knowledge is power after that point. You'll be able to utilize that knowledge for what it is. And this is anything across the board, from running Facebook ads to training and diet and all these different things in between. You know, I think that's great. I mean, it's good to know what's going on, because somebody can't hold you hostage at that point, right? Like, if you don't know how long a video takes to edit, an editor can say it's going to take me a week to edit it out. Andreas knows as well. And Andreas like, no, that's not it. So if you know what it is, then it's a lot better. I mean, a lot of people aren't going to be able to learn about everything, but you could. There's enough.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Well, I mean,
Let's
think about
say
your
true.
fingertips. You got AI, you got YouTube, I mean, you can pretty much learn anything from YouTube. Anything, pretty much. I mean, change oil, changing Lamborghini brakes. Like, I mean, I've looked at so many different videos on there. It's ridiculous, and it's really good information. You know, there's a lot of bad information on the internet too, as well. That's why you got to get credible sources. But there's definitely, I agree with you right there. Like, yeah, there's definitely a lot.
That's why I recommend for everybody, you know, everybody's listening, you know, when it comes to health, get your blood work done.
Yes.
Get your blood work done. It's so easy, and you'll be able to have the confidence.
Yeah.
Because some people don't want to know their blood.
I can't.
But I can. I can understand that.
I can't.
Because I was there.
Extent, man.
I was there. I was like, I don't want to know. When I competed, it's like, I don't want to know.
I know.
And then you get a little sharp pain here. You're like, oh, what's that?
I know.
Right?
Yeah.
But I passed that. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Past that hurdle, I've gotten, I'm more mature now.
Yeah.
If you want to call it.
I mean,
But,
listen,
knock some sense into me.
before I can understand, right? Because people are worried about, I'm worried about if it comes back bad. But it's like, if you really think about things, you're like, all right, well, I want to know if it's comes back bad so I can change things to make it better. That's truly where the blood work comes into play. It's like, you might not even know. You might not have a problem, might not have a symptom, and something comes back in the blood work that shows or indicates something else. You didn't even know what's going on, right? You keep going like that. It's like driving on a tire. You don't know something's wrong. It has a bulge on the outside. And eventually that tire might blow just out of nowhere. And you're on the highway doing 80 miles an hour and you're going to crash. Right. So it's just always good to know that. I mean,
Even if there's nothing wrong,
yeah,
it's even better because you got confirmation that you're good.
you know, I tell competitors, I'm like, listen, I would blood test 3 times if you're going to go into full swing. 1, I would test before, right? 2, I would test when I'm right at peak on what I'm doing. 3 is right when I come off. And at that point, like at peak, like I'm doing this with one competitor. He did like 3 back-to-back contests. I'm like, all right. I'm like, you're one of my guys. I'm like, I got to make sure you're healthy. We blood test every time. I'm like, because you want to do another show. I'm like, 4 shows, bro, pro shows, and that's a lot. So I'm like, all right, let's look at it. So we made a deal, like, hey, listen, blood work comes back good, we approach.
Right.
Comes back bad, we're gonna right? So it came back good, so he's on the road, to do it. But at that point, we knew. Right? And before, you never had the option to look and know what's going on. And you can also dial things in. You can optimize things. So if you are training for a competition and you're worried about
Estrogen levels.
yes,
That's
prolactin,
everything.
estrogen, cortisol.
Everything.
I mean, hemoglobin A1C, like you're looking at all these different things.
I found, and obviously you can confirm this, I found blood work for competitors was much more harsh in the off season than it was pre-contest.
Yeah.
Because the ones that I've seen, pre-contest, you're eating right, you're less body fat,
Yeah.
you're doing cardio,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You're eating the good food, you're taking your omega-3s, you're taking your peptides, whatever you're actually healthier getting ready for a show. What have you seen?
So, it's just different. Like some competitors or even just general people,
Yeah.
right? They do really good at one point and then they go really bad. And so like a competitor, when he's getting ready for a comp, he's doing everything right, and then in off season, they're not doing anything right. I don't know why. Like this, I don't really.
When you say not doing anything right,
So okay,
like are they?
Yeah. So they're not eating a good diet.
Okay.
They're not
Well,
training.
right there is
Right there.
inflammation.
Right. They're not training like they should. Right. They might be training 2 or 3 times a week. That's fine. But this is a competitor. And at that point, like, they haven't ceased in what they're taking too as well. So at that point, that's going against them too. So their blood work might be a little bit off. Now I see the exact opposite too as well. I see where this guy like me doesn't compete, is very healthy all year around, and it's really well, pretty much 80 to 90% of the time, and it has healthy labs all the time. And they just get better. Like some guys, I'm like, geez, they're older than me, like 50-something years old, and their internal organs are better than mine. Like their kidney levels are better than mine. Like I'm like, damn, I want to swap out, right? So it's just different. I think everybody across the board is different. Where I've seen, some guys where they, juice to the gills and their blood looks ecstatic.
And they have kids.
Yeah, and I see some guys they don't do much and it does not look good. Even my mom. My mom's like what 73 years old. She does not eat a good diet. She does not exercise. She does not like do any of that. Her blood work's perfect. Like cholesterol is perfect. She eats McDonald's, drinks pop. Like I'm like, man, I'm like, this is crazy. I'm like,
Did you get her genetics?
I hope so. I think I got a little bit of both, to be honest with you. So my dad's side, honestly, my dad's side is the more. If I had to say the weaker side, it would be that side.
Dad.
My uncle died at 47 years old, a massive heart attack. Found him on the couch dead. My dad's had 3 massive heart attacks, stents, chronic kidney disease. He's type 2 diabetic. My mom.
So you definitely took from your mom's side.
Dude, my mom, longevity wise, like her mom is 90-something years old, still alive and kicking. Like still like with it too.
Those Greek moms. My mom just beat stage 4 cancer.
Jeez, I know. Dude,
at 88. At 88.
That's like
Stage 4.
insane. Like we were so good about it.
When
It's
you
insane, man.
need
For
real
real.
results, you come to
So,
Titan Medical
but
Center.
here's the other thing me and Shree probably the other day, like, expect
Hey
to
guys,
see,
Jimmy
men
here.
where obviously we fall short. Women live longer than us. I was telling Shree because we got all the stress.
Yeah. So
We got stress from you
Yeah.
and in-laws and providing and like all this stuff. Like we got a lot more stress, and that's why we die before you guys. You guys
we carry it more. We carry that burden. You hear me? You hear me?
yeah.
Yeah.
So, it's just funny laying it out there like that. But yeah, man, it's crazy. And genetics plays a part in your body. So, you can train, you can eat, you can do the right things, and sometimes genetic code might have it in for you. But the good thing is that there are new technologies that are going to be changing genes in general. So at that point, if you there's gene testing out there that can tell you. So when Shreese went in or her mom went in, they do genetic testing because on both sides of the family, Shreese had breast cancer.
Okay.
So she's a super high risk. Mom just had a double mastectomy, the whole line. But they can do this genetic testing and say, listen, you were at a high risk to connect to get breast cancer or this or that, and these are the genes that are associated with that. But there's new technology now that'll be able to change those genes completely, which is nuts when you think about it. It's nuts. It's already here. It's CRISPR's is the technology, and CRISPR's has been around for I don't know 10 years at least, and now they're starting to use it on patients in different settings. Where I think one patient was blind, and they got back his sight or something like that. Or as far as that goes, it's pretty serious. Like, but yeah, I mean it's just nuts, man. It is the way genetics play a part in our life and who we are and what happens to us too. You know,
Where are we? Are we live or where are we?
oh, we're live. How many we got on live? What do we got here?
I can't see it there.
Well, I got you. I'll read these.
You can see?
We got 1,200. Of course, I got those Greek guys, man.
Got 1,200.
All right, let's go to the questions. We got 1,200 people on here. All right, so let's talk about what we can do. All right, so
Thank God I brought my glasses.
all right, what's the best way to increase energy without caffeine? So these are different things that we were talking about in some of these peptides. So like mitochondria. Mitochondria is a big thing in the body. Mitochondria is directly like correlated with energy and ATP and all these things. And mitochondria is one thing that the Titan 0304 increases. That's one. NAD is another big one for it. And there's more coming down the pipeline to help with mitochondria and energy, natural energy.
Vasodilation.
Yeah, vasodilation, another
Yeah.
blood flow. That's another great one.
The Hercules potion.
Hercules potion is a great one. That's a game changer for anybody.
Dude, let me tell
All
you,
natural.
I think since I've stopped the MK677 and the IGF-LR3, which I'm
Yeah.
hurting bad.
I got you.
Okay.
I get you back.
So you need to get me back.
I got you
on
back on track.
that. That L-carnitine,
Yeah.
that L-carnitine in the Hercules potion with everything else
Yeah.
has actually dropped body fat.
Yeah.
Because I do 2 cc's
Yes.
before every workout.
Yes.
And I see the difference.
Big dude.
Like amazing.
Yeah. Anybody that says, "Hey, I want instant gratification. I want to mess with this no hormone." Hercules potion is true, man. From anybody, from a regular average Joe to an IFBB Pro model, right? Magazine model here, and Greek God in his life. So at that point, like it helps everybody.
But John, you know me. I'm a hard nut to crack.
No, I know.
I am. Like I don't believe I didn't believe in any of this shit.
I know.
Okay.
I know. It's hard. It sounds too good to be true. Absolutely, right? And that is like
Absolutely. So when I started all this, I'm like, okay,
Let's see.
let's see.
Yeah.
I didn't change anything. And I'm like, okay, I'm telling my wife, man, John's doing this. He's got something in here that's not supposed to have in here.
Yeah.
You know, just
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I stopped the one. I had to come off the
Yeah.
MK677. I had
Yeah.
to come off the IGF-LR3.
Yeah.
Just so my body can
Yeah.
adapt. And 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I was like, I'm not the same. I'm not the same. And I'm telling Tammy, something's wrong. Something's wrong. And then I'm not eating my foods. You know, like the other day, she's like, "You want a cup of coffee?" I'm like, "I might have a cup."
Yeah.
And I don't do
Yeah.
coffee.
Yeah.
I go right to food. Right?
Yeah.
No. And I'm like, MK617, you know? And I'm like, I am a true believer. And then I've taken the Hercules potion. To me, those three for me.
Yeah.
And they're the first three that you gave me.
Yeah.
Because I haven't tried anything else. Because
ECAs are good. I mean,
the whole ECA stack. I mean,
it's like
to me,
it's my go-to.
I take the 2 cc's of Hercules potion, and I do the one ECA stack.
Yeah.
The one capsule. I can only handle one capsule. And sometimes I go to the gym at 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
No, 1 o'clock in the morning like this. Tammy's like, "You coming to bed?" I'm like, "Why? Why do I need to come to bed? I'm fine."
Oh my
Yeah, I'm going through the gym the other night. I was training. I got my back too, but I'm still going in.
Yep.
Okay. I did chest, shoulders, because I missed a few days.
Yeah.
Right? I did chest, shoulders, and I'm looking around. And I'm like, buys, tries. Yeah. And I'm like, what the hell? Oh, yeah. It's like, because I take those two right. And I'm not tired at all. I feel great.
That's the best. That's the best for me.
So, to answer, question is, you got tons of peptides. You got the NAD.
Yeah.
You got the Hercules potion.
There's way more coming down the line. That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's crazy. Even SS31, right? SS31 has got FDA approval, so that's big. And if you guys are wondering what did they get FDA approved for? Like it was for ASL, like ALS,
Yes, ALS.
ALS. So that's a big one,
Yeah.
right? And then like we're talking about dementia and Alzheimer's and all that. Dude, this is going to be a game changer. These things.
They're even saying creatine now.
Yeah, I mean,
isn't it funny? 30 years ago, we were taking creatine.
Yes.
Okay.
It's bad for you.
And they were like, oh, your kidneys, oh, it's steroids, this or that. And now,
Yeah.
right? And they're 5 grams, right? Yeah. And I told Tam, I said, not 5 grams, it's 15, 20.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
goes, no, they're saying 5 grams. Like, trust me, 15, 20.
Yeah.
You know what they're saying now?
Yeah.
15.
Yeah. No, I know. It's because the only reason they're saying that is because that was my research. It was like 5 grams.
Yeah.
So everybody's 5 grams, 5 grams. You got to put money's on
The stuff that the bodybuilders did created the need for these clinical studies.
Now you said
Okay, we started this stuff. They're saying, you know what they said? If they're looking like that,
Yeah.
then we need to test this and see what's going on,
Right.
We triggered all these clinical studies.
Right.
Okay, the arginine, the citrulline,
Oh yeah.
the beta alanine. I was the first one. I can confirm right now. I was the first one to put beta alanine 23 years ago as a pre-workout.
Dude, so right now I'm trying to get beta alanine as an injectable.
Yeah.
Put it in there.
And people thought when they were taking
With it, like
no shit.
yeah.
Hey, beta alanine, let me tell you something. That helps muscle endurance.
100%.
Go because I lactic acid.
Yeah.
Lactic acid.
No, I know.
It's amazing.
Dude, beta alanine, ornithine, arginine,
Yeah.
L-citrulline, like that would be my go-to. That would be like if I needed a pump workout, want to go for longer, that would be.
And now they're saying that the pump doesn't help in muscle.
Yeah, I seen that. Come on, guys.
So I got caught up. I got caught up on the post, and I got into it. And I'm like, you know what? You're too old for this.
Yeah.
And come on.
You know what the funny thing is I think the pharmaceutical companies are doing this on purpose because the bodybuilding community, that is the experiment.
We're the guineas.
They're experimenting in all different doses and all these different things, and they're just seeing how it lays out. And at that point, they're going to pick up what's good.
Once we see what they do, then we'll go take it in. We'll go take it in.
Let's get some studies on these guys, right? I mean, it's crazy. I mean, the other aspect, I guess we can get into this to another time too, as well, because I think this is a whole different show.
No, absolutely.
Just recently, right? Just recently, the FDA just came out and they said the last 2 decades of women's research.
Yep.
And it's hurt so many women.
Do you know how long I've been trying to convince Tammy to hop on HRT?
Yeah. Total game changer.
Until she talked to you?
Yeah.
It wasn't happening.
Yeah. Total. I mean, it's just women have suffered with this, guys have suffered with this. We had the black box we had the black label of death on our box saying it would give us a major, massive cardiovascular event. And we pretty much get a heart attack or die. And then women, cervical cancer. And that was the big scare. Women, I do not want to touch hormones. I do not want to get cervical cancer. I do not want to get cancer. I do not want to get. And it's proven that this was all false.
Yes, absolutely.
This is not factual. So
we die when our hormones are done.
Honestly,
that's it.
No, you're right. You're 100% right. That's exactly how it is too. I give the example as a flower. We grow, bloom, we wither, and we die. Because at that point, you're at your bloom, and then at that point, you start withering down. I mean, it's crazy, but that's exactly what it is. Hormones direct and balance, and that's what it is.
I can honestly say that what I thought was going to kill me is actually keeping me alive now.
I know, it's crazy, right?
Huh?
It's crazy. At the level you are too.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Not now, but yeah.
I mean, dude, even now, I mean, I don't ever compare an age. I don't ever say, hey, listen, you look great for 6 years. You look great in general, right? You're going against some of these young bucks, and they're taking massive amounts of stuff, right? And they still can't get to that level or even the condition.
I'm trying to bring them off the ledge.
Yeah.
To a lot a lot of guys, a lot of guys are just like way out there.
They are. I think that we need to. I mean, and I'm not even going back, but I mean, to me, I think that bodybuilding needs to go back to the health aspect of things, conditioning aspect of things. I mean,
The look.
Lee Haney brings it up all the time. You know, these guys bring it up all the time. And I think it needs to go back to that level because that is truly the work of art that I think that people want to see and that people want to look like. I don't know how many times I'll get to look at, well, I don't want to look like this, to a bigger guy. It's like, it is what it is.
Right.
Or girls get that effect where that's all the way they're going to look. Like, no, that's not the way you're going to look. So,
All right, what else we got?
we got a ton
How
here.
often, top one, how often
How often should blood work be checked with starting therapy?
Good questions, Jennifer.
Yeah. So usually we like to do it at least 6 months afterwards. Now you can do it 3 months afterwards if there's a problem or there's an issue after starting the treatment. You obviously we'd send you in for a couple of panels to check that out to make sure everything's dialed in. But I would check it at least every 3 to 6 months. Whether you're on hormones or not, that's a good way to check and just make sure everything is good to go.
Yeah.
All right.
Is that the Rick Valente we know?
I'm not sure. What's the best stack for
muscle growth?
What's the best stack for muscle growth and fat loss?
Oof.
Oof. So this one I would probably, if I was going to go for muscle growth and fat loss, if I had to pick one thing, it would probably be testosterone. Testosterone is a GHRH peptide, and it has two different aspects. One, it has a growth hormone releasing part, which is obviously going to release your own natural growth hormone, rev your pituitary up and get it going, which is great. Anti-aging, longevity, lean muscle growth, metabolic rising, so you're burning more calories and fat. But the other aspect of this one that makes it super cool, that makes it super unique compared to all the rest, is that it attacks visceral belly fat. It literally attacks visceral belly fat. So before, like we would talk about weight loss, we'd be like, all right, well, weight loss occurs all over. There's not like one way we can just target this area, right? And most people want to target belly fat. Well, this actually does. It's super cool because it has a commercial product, and at that point, the commercial product is FDA approved. So they have all the studies that prove this too, as well, which is super cool. When I start looking at some of these different things, it's like, what information do you have on it too, as well, and how the studies look, and it's just super cool. So that's one I would probably do. If I wanted to expedite fat loss, I would probably, obviously, my hormones would be foundation, and then ECA Stack Plus to go on top to really start burning.
What about IGF-LR3?
I would definitely add that in the mix too.
To me,
I would definitely add that
to
in the
me
mix too.
I have to tell you, I'm stuck on that.
Listen, IGF is IGF.
Yeah.
Right? That's one of the.
You got fat burning.
Yeah.
You got fat burning.
Yeah.
You got
longevity, sleep patterns, that's really, really cool. I mean, we've got peptides out here that actually help circadian rhythm too, as well. If you don't know what circadian rhythm is like, basically the way your heart is and your sleep patterns and all this. And that's why a lot of people, the older people, especially I'm getting in that boat right now, we can't sleep as long as we used to. We'd be able to sleep all day, sleep in and all that. Can't do it now. And it's partly because of that. So, there are peptides for that, like epsilon and stuff like that are really cool. Those are longevity peptides. So I don't know if you know what a telomere is. So we've got these telomeres in our body, right? And over time, these telomeres start shortening. And as they shorten, that's when genetic disease and onslaught start happening. Well, epsilon extends these telomeres from shortening. So it's super.
Is it a percentage?
I have to look at what it is.
Age, right?
Yeah, but it's something you can only do like two times a year. It's just a maintenance type thing.
Really?
So it's not something you have to be on consistently. And if you're taking something that helps with mitochondria effect anyway, like the Titan 0304 or some of the other ones that we have, those are just going to improve that too as well. We're learning, obviously, mitochondria is one of the biggest things that you want to really look at. And mitochondria, before, there was only one way to test it. You actually had to whole punch of muscle. That's bad, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to do that. But that's the only way they can usually take a sample. Now, they can do it another way. I think they can do it through blood, which is super cool. Because now you can talk about all these different things that mitochondria can affect disease-wise if it's lower.
The one product that I recommend everybody should take is the glutathione.
Oh, yes. Yes. Glutathione, super antioxidant, mother antioxidant.
Because as we age, it decreases.
Absolutely.
And that's our immune system. Yeah. It fights everything.
Oxidative stress.
Liver functions, kidney functions,
immune system
everything.
boosting,
Everything.
Yeah,
I do 1 cc every morning.
Yeah, that's a good one for sure.
You
That's
know?
definitely a good one. That's one I would definitely add in. Anybody has
Yeah.
any liver function problems,
Yeah.
you have fatty liver or anything like that,
Yeah.
this is going to be the go-to for sure on what you're wanting to be able to put in your regimen.
What else we got?
Says, do peptides actually help with muscle recovery? Made it big for you there. Gotcha.
Oh, there you go.
Do peptides actually help with muscle recovery, or is it mostly height? So they definitely help
They
with muscle
definitely do.
recovery. TB 500,
Yep.
BPC 157, man.
Yep.
IGF-1.
IGF-1 LR3.
Dude,
I take it after the workouts.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Can we do drop shipping? So the pharmacy would ship directly to you after you see our medical provider via telemedicine or in person. What other things we got down there? You want to scroll down?
Oh, it's nice to see everybody.
Yeah, it's great to see
We got
everybody. Thank you for tuning in.
2,300 people here.
Yeah, that's great.
That's awesome.
What else we got here? Which type of therapy helps most with overall vitality? This is tough.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously hormones, I think hormone replacement therapies, like I said, that's one of the most important things I think people need to get in check. After that, then we can start going to growth releasing hormone peptides, testosterone, or even IGF-1.
I also want to include here a lot of guys, if you're listening to me, your estrogen levels can't be too low.
Oh, hell
The guys thinking about, my estrogens are too high.
yeah.
You want your estrogens to be high in a certain level.
Yes.
Because that's where muscle growth happens.
Absolutely.
See, a lot of people think it's all testosterone.
No,
right?
Right. You're absolutely right.
It's the estrogen.
Absolutely.
It's that, and to be honest with you, now that I'm coaching more,
Yeah.
a lot of guys aren't getting that pump.
Yeah.
And they're taking all these, the Novadexes and the Ribinexes and all that. I'm like, cut those AIs.
Yeah.
And now they get muscle pumps.
Yeah.
Because the estrogen has come back.
You got to have a harmonic balance.
Yes.
It's not just introducing one thing and cutting everything down.
Yes.
You cut down estrogen, you got a world of
Yes.
different health problems, right?
Estrogen is more, how can I say this
It's essential.
It's more essential to men than it is to women.
It's essential in both. It's
Because
essential.
the muscle growth.
Well, I mean, even take away that, right? For the average rate person, I don't care about muscle because you're gonna get people like that. Like that's one thing I get. I get people that I could care less.
But you have to care because muscle is longevity.
I agree.
If you don't have any muscle, you're done.
But you still get people that I don't care. You just do, Jimmy. Trust me, I can't run back.
Right.
Get that. But then I talk to them. Like, listen, okay, you're not worried about the muscle, but you want to take these AIs because you're worried about it. I'm like, well, what about heart health?
Right.
Right. What about osteoporosis? Because that's what happens. That's what happens to women.
Yeah.
Women, their estrogen goes down. They get vaginal dryness. They're depressed. They have no libido. The other things that happen as they get older, they get osteoporosis, and that's bone loss, right? And at that point, like that makes their bones more brittle. So when they get older and they break that femur, there's no coming back.
They can't wear those pumps anymore.
No, well, they can't wear the pumps. And at that point, then we get with muscle growth, and we talk about lubrication too, as well, for both guys and girls. You got bad joints, you take too much of an AI, your shit's gonna be so dry and cracked, snackable, and popping and hurting. It's gonna be like crazy. So these are just some things to look at. Even estrogen, we talk about skin. We talk about the brittleness of hair. Like there's some different things that estrogen does work on. And that's why I tell everybody, like, listen, we need a harmonic balance of all these hormones. Guys and girls have it, the exact same hormones, just at different values and amounts that we need.
Yeah.
Right. And it will truly do the big benefit. And that's what it is. I mean, I almost go back to this. If a competitor is so worried about doing blood testing and dial himself in, think about one of the biggest sports and the biggest money. Think about an F1 race car. What does an F1 race car do? They build a race car, they go out there, they have the driver, they go out there and they do the testing tune. They're flying around that track as fast as they can, trying to get the best lap and adjusting that car like it needs. Yep.
That's where the team comes in.
Yep.
The details.
Yep. We start dialing it in.
Yep.
We get this thing like
With the driver.
It's perfect now. Now it's got the best lap time. It's running the best it possibly can. It's the exact same way that you want your body. You want to be able to dial it in if you need to. You have the tools at your disposal. Where back in the day when you were on these magazine covers and you were doing your thing, you didn't have these options. It wasn't like, hey, listen, we have your blood work. Let's have it all laid out. Let's look at this. Now, Jimmy, we have all these different peptides. We need all these different things. It wasn't like that. Now it is where it's like, just like AI, if people they want to push and say, I'm never going to use AI, screw ChatGPT, you're going to be left behind. So if you're not moving along, you're not adapting, you're going to be like a dinosaur, you're going to be dying. That's the way it is.
Right.
That's the way it is. Some of the other guys, I talked to them about peptides. Now everybody's starting to come around to peptides. Where before it was like, peptides. I get the real thing. I'm like, okay. But now it's like peptides are the gold. It is. It's natural. Doesn't mess with a lot of hormones and negative effects.
If you go to
If you go to the right people. And you're getting it from the right place.
Right.
Some people ask me all the time, does BPC and TB500 really work for healing? I said, well, depends where you're getting it from.
Yeah.
If you're getting it from researchshop.com for $30,
Yeah.
probably not going to be the best.
I've had a few guys come to me about the MK677.
Yeah.
Like, I've taken MK677. It doesn't really work for me.
Yeah.
I'm like,
You ain't got the good shit.
Right.
You ain't got the real shit. You get the real stuff, it's going to work, guys, for sure. Especially if we're putting our sample approval on it.
Yeah.
I've already taken it. I know it works just for me. Or else we wouldn't be even offered it. Because I definitely don't want somebody like, oh man, like I charged. No, I ain't doing that. No, definitely not. So you guys can know it's definitely tested all the way around.
Kelsey, how long does it usually take to feel results from Titan therapies?
You can take one day.
It can take
Take
hours.
motion, right?
It can take you hours.
For ECA, he's like, you're feeling
Yeah.
immediately you get
Yeah.
results. So it can happen real quick. It can happen with 30 days, 60 days.
Listen, there's therapies, or
Yeah.
there's different therapies, right? Some of them are field based,
Yeah.
okay, and some of them are faith based.
Yeah.
That you have to, the field based, you feel them, right? They give you the energy, they give you the feeling, you feel them, right?
Yeah.
But the faith based ones, you have to have a little faith in them,
Sure.
to feel them,
Sure.
because it doesn't happen right away.
Right. It's not gratification. I tell people this all the time, though. I'm like, even like a lot of these body, I didn't feel anything right away. I'm like, all right.
How long did you take it?
Yeah. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
You took it like, what, 2 or 3 times? Okay. But at that point, like, you take glutamine every day, right? Do you feel glutamine?
Yeah.
No, you don't feel glutamine, right? But it's working in the background. You know it's working in the background.
Well, let me ask this question the opposite way. You know when it's not working when you stop.
Yes. That is the common response when I get from people.
Yeah.
People go on programs, whether it was Titan Complete or MK or whatever it is from us. They go on it, they've been on it for a while. So now they're used to that feeling. Like, maybe I don't need this.
Right.
I'm going to stop this.
Right.
Okay. And then at that point, they come back and like,
Yeah.
definitely notice the difference. And that sounds like we have a saying here, like they always come back, right? Because it's usually the other flip side of that is somebody comes here, they get laid out, excellent 5-star service. So they get used to that. And that's what they expect. And at that point, something happens, they're like, oh, this guy's got it cheaper. I'm like, okay, good. They go over, they don't get that service at all. And then they come back like, man, this is not what we're used to and not what we expected. We're gonna definitely come back to you. So just watch out for those different things. And at that point, you definitely want somebody that knows what they're doing.
Not only knows what they're doing, it's real.
Yes. Well, real, yeah.
Real. Okay. There are containers coming through customs and being sold out on the market now.
I know.
I mean, I was just offered to join a team.
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't even entertain it.
Yeah, I know. I trust me. I know.
But there's boxes and boxes sitting in closets right now.
I know. That's the biggest thing that I think the FDA is going to crack down on next, or DEA. They're going to start cracking down on these research
I hope so.
And then you got to watch out now too, because this in my industry, this is what's going on. Is now you have these people, and they're saying they're a 503B. So if you guys don't know what a 503B is, in the United States, compounding, there's 2 different types of compounding pharmacies. There's a 503A or 503B. A 503A, in layman's terms, can only fill patient-specific scripts. So Hercules potion to Jimmy Mentis. That's the only person that's going to take out of that bottle. 503B can give office use product. So they have a B12 vial and that can get stuck by any person that comes in, right? That's the difference. 503B is regulated by the FDA directly. It's an FDA outsourcing facility, and that's why they can use multi injections out of multi-use vial. Right. 503A is done by the board of pharmacies. They look at everything, so it's a little bit different. Now you have these different companies that are saying we're out of a 503B facility, and they're not being made by the 503B facility, right? And on the label, they're instead of putting for research use only,
For
or
doctors
not
and
use.
shit like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Physicians use
Use only. Yeah.
this is the exact same shit. So at that point, like it's cheap peptides getting brought in, getting white labeled with little stickers and shipped out to patients. So beware.
Yeah.
There's a lot of crazy stuff. I was on with this pharmacy owner right before you came in, and I told him, I said, because he said he's been in regenerative medicine like 10 years. And I was like, I don't know about regenerative medicine, but I've been in this industry for 14 years, 13 in Titan now. And I thought it was the Wild Wild West when I first came in. And man, I'm really seeing the Wild Wild West right now in some of these aspects. So regulation hard in some areas, but in some areas are just so gray. But what I've heard is and they've already popped a couple of them. They're coming. They're coming for sure to like shut these places
I
down.
hope so.
Me too.
Because
Me too.
it's a good thing. A lot of people are getting so many benefits from it.
Yeah.
Um,
A lot of people uneducated too.
and that's, and that's
General
the thing.
public.
They look at the price.
They don't. Yeah, they don't know that. BBC. BBC.
Yeah,
This
they look at
BBC.
the price.
Yes, it's BBC, right?
And usually automatically like, okay, I'm going to go to less expensive. Why
Right.
am I paying this?
Right.
There's an issue.
They don't understand.
There's an issue.
When people call up, I try to educate them as much as possible. I'm like, listen, this is the difference. This is why. This is the price, and that's the price you see on that line.
Yeah.
By
the time, let's put it this way, by the time you spend $400,
yeah,
on the fake stuff,
yeah,
right? You're gonna spend $400 one time on the real stuff,
right,
and you got the real stuff.
I don't know how many people have tried BBC
Right.
TV 500 until it didn't work. Yeah. Like, well, you didn't get it from us. They tried it from us. Like,
second vial, third vial, fourth vial, and they're still spending that money.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
they could have gotten this, and they got the results right away. That's what I'm trying to say.
So like, all right, well, what did I inject myself with?
Right.
Because then it's like, oh shit, like was it bactericidal water? Was it this? Was it that? You have no idea. So, that's the crazy aspect of things. And I don't know. It's something that I want people to make sure that they're cautious about. So if you do see it online, it doesn't mean that that's a good product, but just be smart. Come to Titan Medical Center. We'll help you out with everything from hormone replacement therapy, medical weight loss, vitamin acid injectables, rejuvenation detox, of course, peptides, libido enhancers, and blood work all nationwide.
We got time for one more?
Yeah, let's do it. One more.
Billy.
All right. Billy.
What makes Titan? Pull it up there, man.
Makes Titan
man can see.
more effective than generic supplements.
Great.
This is a great question.
Great question.
Titan's signature vitamin amino acid blends. What makes them more effective than generic supplements? Well, one, you got the fastest transportation rate in your body other than IV, and you have the highest absorption rate other than IV in the body. So when you're injecting these, it's going to hit you a lot faster, and you're going to get a lot more of it. When you're taking generic supplements over the counter, it's going to get broken down the gastric tract. You're not going to get as high as absorption rate, or you're not going to get the transportation rate. That's the only things I would say right off the bat that you're going to get.
And it goes through your liver twice.
Yeah.
So if you're taking 500 milligrams,
yeah,
initially, then you're
2 ounces through. So we're putting more stress on the liver, than you would by the injectable version. And there's no passing. There's no 2 passes through a liver with the injectable, which is another benefit, right? All the way through and through. You're getting more of the product in. So very, very different when you take it. I could say, Jimmy, make Hercules Potion in oral form, and it probably wouldn't be as effective as an injectable.
I wouldn't take
It
it.
just wouldn't be.
I wouldn't.
I've tried it. I try to do it because some people don't want to do injections. So I'm like, all right, well, let me make this in a pill form.
Yeah.
I made a pill form from the pharmacy, sent it out, and I took it, and I was like, it's just not the same. It's just not. I mean, once you go down that level, maybe if I didn't, then I don't know, but I'm telling you.
So I you see on Instagram now, right? You remember when seeing syringes and little bottles used to be so taboo?
Oh, now
right?
everywhere. Everybody's got them.
Now I go to my timeline and I see these women in their 40s and 50s. They're like, I'm taking my morning injections, and they put them in the kitchen counter.
Yes.
Like in the beginning, I was shocked. I'm like, oh,
I know.
but now it's like because I come from a whole,
Oh yeah.
And it's so like, hey, you're way behind if you ain't doing this.
It's crazy.
And the women are like, I like more the women than the men because men are like, hey, listen, you're more macho, this and that. Women were so far behind, not getting educated on it, but so like, oh, I so scared.
Yeah.
The guys were a little like, I'm going to try it. Women were so scared of doing it that now they're like coming alive, and they're realizing the difference.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you seen some 50-year-olds on Instagram and YouTube? And
Oh yeah.
I mean, they're like,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You know, the thing about it is the industry is more guy driven. It's more
right.
guy subservient, right? A lot of places they only service guys. Like that's all. The reason is because guys are a lot easier to deal with, one, and a lot easier to balance out too. Girls are a lot harder to mess with. So a lot of people don't want to mess with them. So I know that us, like we pride ourselves in helping women out, but women really didn't know these options. And still today, women ask, "Can I take peptides?"
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know about testosterone. Like,
Yeah.
you have it in your body already. You already made it. So then you start talking like, really? So yeah, and this is the crazy aspect when you look at it from a business level. There's more girls than guys.
Absolutely.
They spend more on a higher ticket than us. It's crazy when you start
Counters.
You look at the statistics for vanity, a female, it is
I got-
crazy the spending.
I got a quick story for you. Tammy used to get this face cream for a beautiful little face. $300.
She's gorgeous. This
Hey,
is everyone.
Look at that skin. 400. You told me 300.
400. I love it. I love it.
$400. Right?
Yeah.
Every month. And I'm like, let me see that.
Yeah.
Took a look at the ingredients. I said, we can make that. She goes, well, if you're gonna make it, why don't you add this, take out this, take out that.
There you
right?
go.
So we did.
You just improve the product.
Not even $10.
Oh. It's, that's how makeup is though. There's only so many makeup
But
companies.
but she was willing to
Yeah.
pay the 400 because it worked.
Yes, of course.
You see what I'm saying?
Of course.
I wasn't willing to pay because I knew
Yeah.
the manufacturing side of it, right?
Of course.
But women, when they find something they know about
Yes.
and they trust,
Yes.
money's not an option.
No. I don't think.
Okay.
I don't think it's for good.
I think we're cheaper than the women.
Yeah, to a certain degree.
And we'll buy cars or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But they'll buy the shoes,
Yeah.
they'll buy the makeup every month. They'll
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
nonstop.
No, I agree. Trust me. Hair, nails,
Yep.
makeup. I mean, those three
Yep.
are big.
Yep.
Now it goes the other thing. So at that point, it's like like I said, women are one thing, and Teresa's created this tightness club now where it's going to be all female driven.
Very nice.
So it's going to be good. So the females are getting love right now. But yeah, it's crazy. So we help girls, guys, anywhere nationwide. I think this is a really good start to our podcast.
Absolutely.
An hour and 11 minutes. We just flew by.
Wow.
Hour and 11 minutes, guys. So me and Jimmy will be going live every Wednesday. So you guys can tune in to our YouTube, and you guys will obviously be able to see the cut version of this on our social media platforms. And we're going to start uploading to our podcast. So wherever podcasts are available, you'll be able to download this. And if you can't watch us, you can listen to us while you're driving, while you're working out, or whatever you have earphones on. I don't care. Just be smart and be safe.
And you guys can find me on Instagram.
Yeah.
Jimmy Mentis 1.
Yep.
DM me if you guys have any questions on anything I can help you guys with, or even questions you guys want me to address,
Yeah.
want us to address
Yeah.
here.
No, for sure.
We're unscripted.
Yeah. So true organic.
I basically came here today. Goes, what do you want to talk about? I'm like, turn on the cameras. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
So,
How we roll.
so we appreciate you guys listening in,
Yeah.
and those who are going to listen to the rest of this. Fun. It was fun.
Yeah. It was
A lot of questions too. I'm
It was
sorry
a
we
blast.
missed all of them.
It's okay. Save your questions for next week or DM us your questions. We'll be happy to go over them. Okay. So we appreciate you guys tuning in to the Titans Edge, evolving with John and Jimmy every week. You guys evolve too with us, and we'll take things to a whole new higher level. We'll see you next week.
We out.